Ready. What's up, PokeMoshPit? This is InertFury here today, bringing y'all a 5th gen, kind of OUUU grab baggy kind of battle against the random trainer. Now, I'm using some kind of random sets here, so I'll point those out after, or as they come up within the battle video, so let's just go ahead and get right into the match. I'm going to lead with my Trick Flame Orb Reuniclus, as he's actually going to lead out with the Landorus. Now, this is a perfect time for me to exemplify this set. I'm figuring that since he's going for an Earthquake right here, he might be Scarfed, he might not be Scarfed because he didn't go for the U-turn. He does show that he is Life Orb, and now I am going to trick away my Flame Orb, give it to him, and now I have a Life Orb. So that equals a Burn Landorus and my Reuniclus sitting in a very, very awesome spot. So he randomly goes for Stone Edge, I guess predicting a switch, but I'm just going to sit in here, recover off the damage, and then I'm going to fire off a Psychic right here after he Earthquakes me. Going to get kind of a useless special defense drop because, I mean, Burn is going to finish him off anyways, so it didn't necessarily matter too much. So he's going to go into his own Reuniclus, and I'm just going to switch to my Swampert. He's going to set up a Trick Room, and this kind of has me in a bind because I am a Choice Banded Swampert, so I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. He's going to go into his Umbreon, and look at this amount of damage. I mean, that is a solid 2-hit KO to an Umbreon of all things. This thing is a beast. So he's going to go to Shell Gun. I was like, okay, well, let's see how much this does to an Eviolite Shell Gun, and it does like that much, but it crits. So that was kind of unfortunate for him. He is going to be able to get a Toxic off on me, and I'm just going to finish him off with an Earthquake. So that is going to kind of whittle my Swampert down a little bit, but that's no problem. So he's going to go back into his Reuniclus here. He's going to go for a Psychic, and I know that at this point Trick Room is going to wear off after this next turn. So I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, and then once Trick Room wears off, I know they'll be able to live another Toxic Recoil, and then I'm going to finish him off with an Earthquake, and then die to Toxic. So Swampert did massive amounts of damage to his team in this match, so bravo to you, Swampert. So I'm going to go into my Zoroark here, disguised as my Heracross. I am Choice Scarf, and I'm going to go for a Night Daze. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss as he goes for a Thunderbolt. Not really, too crucial. It'll just come back to bite me in the butt in the long run, a little ways down. So I do hit the second Night Daze, thankfully, and he's just going to finish me off with the Thunderbolt. So Zoroark kind of did something, but not really enough to the point where it wouldn't have mattered anything. So I'm going to go into Houndoom, kind of pretty switch over into Scizor, but that would have been kind of stupid to go for a Scizor switching on a Fire type. I'm going to go for an Overheat. Brings an Umbreon. At this point, I'm alright, cool. This is going to be a clean 2-hit KO, so I'm going to go away for another Heat, and then the health goes down, and it's going to die, and then all that good stuff. So, what? Are you joking me, man? That was, like, to quote MBZ, like, 271 thousandths of a smidgen. Oh, man, that was aggravating. But it's all fine, because I have my Heracross in here, who is a sub 3 attack Heracross. So I'm just going to substitute up on his switch. He's already seen that because he saw my leftovers recovery. So he's going to go into his own Scizor, and I figure, okay, well this is a perfect time to get some massive amounts of damage on his Scizor. So he's just going to go for a safe Bullet Punch to try and break my sub, obviously, which it does. And I'm just going to fire off a Close Combat. That does do about 2/3 damage, so that will take him out next turn. But because I have a defense drop, I don't really want to stay in here and possibly risk dying from a Bullet Punch, which I will. So I'm going to go into my Metagross, which is actually a dual screening Metagross, but I'm not going to reveal that just quite yet. I'm actually going to double switch back over into my Heracross, predicting his Umbreon switch, which is exactly what happens. And right here, I'm not going to sub up trying to do anything, although I probably could have subbed up because his paybacks did like 30 damage to me, and I probably could have, taken that. I just wanted to get this thing out of the way as fast as I possibly could. But looking back on it, subbing up there would have been the better play. So right here, he's going to go into his Raikou. I figured that I probably don't want to stay in again because I have defense drops, and I'd like to save Heracross possibly for later. So I'm going to go into Reuniclus, which I know can take a Thunderbolt or two. So he actually shows sub, and I'm kind of fearing that he has Calm Mind. But he just goes right for the Thunderbolt, gets a Paralysis, and then actually paralyzes me, so that kind of really sucks right there. And then he goes for a Thunderbolt right here, and I'm like, okay, I can take it. Nope, crit. So Reuniclus just kind of got shat on by Thunderbolt hacks. So I'm gonna go into my other Scarfer, which is Houndoom. I'm just gonna go for a Dark Pulse. I get a completely and totally revenge crit on the substitute, which totally mattered. And yeah, I'm going to break this up, thankfully. He's going to switch out, go into his Scizor, and resist a Dark Pulse. And I'm like, okay, well, this will be a 2-hit KO. But, I mean, it's a Choice Banded Scizor with Bullet Punch. Even though I resist it, it's going to take me out from that range of health. So, I have a small little plan right here. I'm going to go into my Metagross, set up a light screen, because I know that his Bullet Punches will be doing like 50-60 damage. So, I'm just going to set that up. I do have the Light Clay, so that is going to be lasting me the rest of the match. So, no matter if he wants to set up Calm Mind, I can just sit in here, take them fairly nicely, and then, kill him up with Earthquake. So he goes into Raikou right here. He's going to set up a substitute, kind of just pointless stalling right here in my opinion, because it doesn't necessarily matter because I'm just going to finish him off next turn with an Earthquake anyways. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the match. So that was a really good, fun game. The Random Trainer, I completely forgot if I mentioned him or not, but if I didn't, I was against the Random Trainer. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I sincerely and truly appreciate it as always. If you enjoyed, please feel free to come by my channel, check out my content, all that stuff. Come check out PokeMoshPit Beta as well. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. So like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.